talk about the importance of Nas, right? You said Nas made a millionaire.
Yes.
Talk about the importance of Nas, because I feel like Nas is and Ella, both of them are like the forgotten artists. And when I mean the forgotten, we all know they get busy, or we all know they got classic albums. We all know they get nice, but I don't think we talk about them enough. Mm-hmm. So talk about the importance of Nas to you. And
you know, with Nas, it's like watching my little brother grow up and be exactly what I knew he was going to be. You know, people would say to me all the time, like, why didn't you ever say about how you and Nas met? And I said, because it was genuine. That's me talking to my brother. That's not a conversation that I'm going to tell everybody. I'm not going to tell you every time I tell my sisters or my brothers that I'm going to beat them up if they don't do right. I'm not going to do that. And so he chose to reveal that to the public. He did that first in his documentary. He was like, listen, and then Shante said this to me, and it made me understand that, because you can see, even with your siblings or even those who are in your neighborhood, because growing up in Queensbridge, you know, where there's 15,000 tenants on paper, but 30,000 any given day, right. Because somebody's always living with somebody. Somebody's always on somebody's couch in the projects. Right. But that was like a little city, but we all knew each other. And I remember seeing Nas and saying like, yo, you're going to be great. Like, it's just something about you, and I know you are. So stay away from them before I get you, you know? And then he was like, I'm going to rhyme. And I was like, yeah, but you make sure you have it together, because at one time he wanted to rhyme, but he also wanted to make sure that his crew could rhyme. And I'm saying like, so you just writing for everybody, huh? Right. You know, so I need you to just do this for you, because you are going to be special. There is something about you. And I know it, because I've always had to be my own hype person to tell myself like, yo, listen, you're going to be special. And the same energy that I would get from Biz, like saying like, we're going to be, you know, the connection. You know who's going to be something. And sometimes you can sit back, you just honestly don't want to say it, but you know who's not going to make it. You know who's not going to make it. You can bring them along, but you know they not going to make it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You ever thought about, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask you, you ever thought about signing Nas back then?
No. And I'm going to tell you why. The record company was already not paying me. They weren't treating me right. I lived in the hood, literally. You know, I lived in an area where Cool V came to see me, and Cool V got hurt. That's up to him to elaborate on it. But he
pulled up the Queensbridge and then
I was living in Newark.
She came out of my way, like you know, I lived on the Jersey side.
Yeah, I was living in Newark at the time, and I remember Cool V coming to see me, literally to bring me money, because the record company wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. And so I would never take anyone and bring them into what I'm going through. That's almost like someone who's in an abuse situation, and then you bring somebody else along for them to get abused too. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? Instead, I'll just take all this abuse myself, you know, and then whatever I get from it or benefit from it, I'll come back and I'll share it with you. But I don't want to see you go through this. I want you to take a different path. I see something better for you. So even when they would come to me like, yo, I need to get signed, not to this label. Oh, I want to do not this one.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And so that's the reason why I never thought signing.